Well, hello everybody and welcome back to my Let's Play of the game known as Star Citizen. I'm IVATOPIA. This is episode 444 and technically day 3. And I say technically because it's literally day 1 covers 2 days, day 2 covers 2 days, day 3 covers etc. Let's play on past. As we see here. Day 3 is ANVIL Aerosmith. So that's what we're doing today, and I've said it for the last 2 episodes, probably not going to work, but I'm hoping to do half episode for this and half for that, but we'll see. And then we'll hopefully do half an episode for the Drakes, Interplanetary, whatever their thing, Intercom, whatever it's called, and half a day for the tour, but we'll see if that works. This might just be full episode. But as I'm recording this, of course, I'm recording this on 24th of May. As you can see right here, a bit of problem getting it done in between, unfortunately. And I've been having this week. As you know, we've moved into our house. They're possibly 30 to 60 days coming and doing the garden. Well, about 7 o'clock in the morning, so this obviously swaps at 12. I got up because I needed to go in the toilet, and as I was about to get to bed, I heard Aurora, my baby, go off, so I had to go and look after her. So I went to the toilet, sorted her out, yada yada. Probably got back in bed 10:30, 11 o'clock-ish. And I thought, I'll put it off to 1 or 2. And then see if we can try and contact Paralyty to hopefully join us for the day. Well, I couldn't get to sleep. You know how when you hear like the bin men go past and it's loud, but they move on. It was that constantly. It's like, why is it not moving on? I get up, look out the window. The people who are doing the garden are out there in their big machines flattening everything and picking everything up. So, oh, brilliant, it's getting done, but now I can't sleep. And it must have gone past like 1, going on 2, and I think I finally fell asleep. And then about 3 or 4, I woke up again, and I was just so exhausted and fell back to sleep. Next thing I knew, it was 7 o'clock, and like nuts, it's past 12 in Britain now, so he won't be coming on. So basically, had some food and then sorted everything out. So with Aurora being back up, some time with SupernovaTiffy, got the Jess special, one of them done on the channel, and finally at 4:40 AM we are here to do ANVIL Aerosmith. So what's about 9 something, I believe, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, yeah, 9:40 in UK. Contacted Paralyty because I saw he was on, and he's at work. So okay, fine. Good day, mate, and hopefully you can join us one of these days. So here I am again, doing ANVIL. So yeah, it's just, like I said, if they came to do our stuff yesterday, or the day before, because it's every other day, it wouldn't have mattered, but because I'm trying to get up, and then I said, I can't record why they're doing that. That's how loud it was. And then the comments are getting tired over it, so, it's just been a hard week to actually get these recordings done like I wanted to. Okay, so today we have ANVIL Sparta, the Sentinel and the Ballistic, Crucible, Legionnaire and Laureator. I think on the site there's like 20 different ships. The Hornet, FC, FA, Valkyrie, Hurricane, Lightning F8, ANVIL Terrapin, the Carrack. Obviously we won't go around that too much because I own a Carrack and you should see that plenty of times on my channel. Gladiator, Arrow, Hawk, Pisces, the C8X and C8R. So technically, there's not really many big ships except for the Carrack, is there? If you think about it, the Carrack's the biggest ship here because these huge knockoff ships are going to be holograms. So it's just we might be able to go through this pretty quick. Oh, side. I guess we could go underneath first, knock out this, then do the side and end with the middle. So let's do that, I say. And if we get this done in 30-40 minutes, it'd be great. If we're keeping these roughly an hour 40 minutes, we might be able to get tomorrow in as well. But yeah, the biggest is the Carrack, but I've been in that plenty of times on the channel, so you can find that from other INVICTUS's or just in general when I'm flying the Carrack around. So I think even though there's a big crowd here, I think even some of my backlogs from the end bit I had a little run in with the Carrack. So we won't go on that too much. Okay, here we go. The Sparta. Yeah, it's definitely lagging. This is the ANVIL Aerosmith troop transporter. Basically, these Spartas are all built on the same platform, the Sparta platform, and they're improved from there. So obviously the troop one, I'll read this while I like, hopefully catches up. Built on Anvil's robust Atlantis platform, the same chassis used, what I just said, for the devastating ballista air defense system. The Sparta is fully armoured, transport outfitted with 8 jump seats. Sparta's rugged frame makes it perfect for all kinds of terrain, and its remote Gatling turret helps clear the area for ease of development. I did want to say during that, but I just wanted to finish what I was saying. When he walked past, because his feet were technically underneath, he like blurred the words, and that was pretty neat. Okay. I believe this ladder doesn't work yet, but eventually they're supposed to be able to work this. And I'm trying to hold it out, it is. As you can see, I'm lagging, what's not helping. But you're supposed to be able to climb that at some point. As you can see. Did someone just shut the door on me? No. I heard it like a door shut. Huh. People sitting here, cool. As you can see, the 8 seats they talked about. What is, yeah, fingers. This is the, oh, put torch on. Ow, that's what was shutting. So this is like a 1-seater. I'm thinking they should have, the parts are probably in these. Ah, there. This was looking for like guns or something. So you got the guns there. And obviously this is basically boots on the ground, driving along, get you guys out. This one's the ballista. This is the traditional one. I think there's 3 of them now, isn't there? I think we've got them all here. No, I think there's 3 now. Because there's that one, the ballista, what's literally has knockoff missiles. Assuming there's like, I'm sure there's a middle one now. It actually might be the Centurion. What basically has the gun as well. Apparently it's more medium range versus the ballista, what's like proper missiles that's longer range, but it has more ammo theoretically. I'll double check. This is combat. The lights, no, turn that off. Built on Anvil's property, yeah, we know that. The Centurion presents a tactical solution for short range, see, short range, I said, anti-aircraft operations, thanks to the Sentry's custom energy-based AA turret, so it's AA custom. Your forces can establish ground superiority by assuming immediate threats from above and deal quickly and efficiently. So, this can fire lasers, medium range, and there's supposed to be another version that has missiles. What's more for long range. So as you can see, same sort of seat. Weapon thing there. What's this for? Probably for lights or something. And back here, this is where they would use for the gunner seat. So I believe the gunner will be using these, and this is controlled by the front guy. Did this one have it? He probably had the front one. Yes, he does. So he controls that, and it's for the people, doesn't have the instead. And there should be another version that has basically knockoff missiles for long range. Maybe it'll show over here on that side. Oop, too far. Yep, it's gonna be over there. There we go. So as you can see, cha-ching, so like the problem with this one, you got long range, so theoretically these are better at air defense. But the thing is, like I said, there's only like 8 or 10 missiles. So once them are fired, even if you hit or not, you only have the little gun to try and get out of there, and ships are going to pound this to bits. But the other one, they've got to get closer, so you should be more accurate, and you theoretically won't run out of energy unless your component bust on you. So the other one's better defended, but this one's better if you've got somebody with a tractor beam who can reload these missiles, so you got a stack of them, or of course better if you've got a bunch of these just firing at ships coming in. So in a weird way, this is more defended because it has the range before the ships get into range to really knock them apart. But at the same time, it's going to run out faster if it's on its own, versus a small one means the ship can get closer, but it can keep firing at it. And someone's up there. I've got the open, because again, sometimes with these shows how good it is. It's hard to open them because it highlights all the blood instead. So this should be similar. Someone's using the rockets as the gunner. The pilot gets them extra guns at the front. So does it tell me how many? I think it's 10. Your airspace clear, danger with a ballistic, originally designed to defend outposts from vandal attacks. The mobile missile, it's anti-aircraft. Mobile missile defense system packs a powerful loadout, allowing the ballistic to stand firm against any threat, whether it arrives by land or air or land. Doesn't say. Obviously we can sit there and probably count on, but trying to do it as quick as possible. We are 10 minutes into the video. Hopefully 21 minutes to get all the others done, but we'll see. Pumping them legs. Pump, 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 pump. Okay. You are the Liberator. So you are the Transporter one. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I can't remember exactly how many, but it can fit a tank on it, I believe. And another small vehicle. It's got 2 or 3 pads for like small to medium ships, I believe. Again, like this information I'm trying to remember in my head could be a little wrong, but I think it's at least 4 or 6 different pads it has, depending which ships that can fit. I think some inside that open up and some on top. Don't know if this will give me any information about that, but we'll see. ANVIL continues the tradition of excellence with the Liberator, an open-air vehicle carrier designed with the same quantum drive and long-distance capabilities of military-spec carriers, pathfinders, tailored to the civilian market. The Liberator is the ideal carrier to put your fleet on the front line of operation. And this is one that, it's about $600 I would like to have, but I feel it's one of the ones I'm going to try and earn in-game when it goes live. And I could see this being like a nice mining operation. You know, like fitting the prospector on it, maybe a rock, fitting the expanse might be able to fit on it, I'm not 100% sure when that comes out. That sort of thing, maybe a rock, a second rock or a second prospector. Maybe instead of only one prospector, maybe having some kind of fighting ship, especially the Furies. Like that's just opened up a whole bag of worms. The Furies, you could probably like fit 2 on one of the pads. Versus, say, just one, say, a Razor or a M50 or a Merlin or a Archimedes or something. So, that obviously could be a nice mining operation with a couple, 2 or 3 people. I think the ship is about 2 to 3 player ship as well. So that could be a lovely mine operation or salvage operation if you put the right ships with it. Okay, what are you? I think it's some kind of defense ship. What the? You all been naughty? Has everyone here been naughty? What's all great over here? Okay, this is the... Oh, boarding. Oh, okay, this is focused on boarding. When the operation calls for the hostile takeover of an enemy vehicle or station, the ANVIL Legionnaire, oh yeah, that's it, is ready to report for duty with 8 drop seats, versatile docking options, and an advanced security infiltration system. Even the most difficult of boarding actions feasible with the Legionnaire in your fleet. So, like I said, this is for attacking other ships and boarding, or getting close to a station and boarding. So, again, I can see this being good for small orgs or a lot of big orgs who've got a bunch of these. If they do a lot of FPS combat and want to get in and out. Me personally, I don't see a reason for it because really I play on the channel with me, hopefully SupernovaTiffy, and Priority. There's a lot of like 3 of us, maybe I get a couple of friends, 4 or 5. So we don't really need that because basically the Cutlass, you know, the Mercury, all our bigger ships can hold 3 or 4 people, or 5 or 6, so. But yeah, if you were into that stuff and you had like, because I assume you got a pilot and at least 8 people in the dropping, then it might even take another person maybe. So if you basically got 9 or 10 people, then this would be really good. And be really worth it if you're into FPS, fighting and stuff. So this is probably going to be a great pirate ship if you want to board the ship after taking it out and stuff. And really storm some of the bigger ships like a Carrack and that, more than likely. So again, depending on your fleet or your playstyle, really good ship. Just doesn't fit my fleet or playstyle. Okay, here we have the... Oh, I think I mentioned, I think last episode, SupernovaTiffy ship that she's had for a while, but still waiting on it. The repair ship, repair fueling and everything. The Crucible or something, I think it's called. Is it? Crucible, yes, it is. A so-called flying toolbox. And this is the other thing with this. I believe this thing here can be taken off. So in other words, we don't know the size yet, 100%, but my logic is SupernovaTiffy could probably carry a tonk on it. I could be wrong with this, I'm hoping she can. And then she can and leave that there and repair it, and then these arms can fit around another ship and repair it. So I'm hoping she can, and if she can, she would have the only ship out of our fleet that can carry a tonk right now. If it doesn't, then that's another ship. If that, I forgot what it's called. The one we looked at back there. Was it the Liberator? If that, or yeah, Legion, yeah, it's Liberator, wasn't it? Legionnaire, or was it Legionnaire? Legionnaire was the boarding, Liberator's the other, I think. If I got that mixed up, you know, just go back in the video and see which way around it is. But anyway, the one what has, I believe, a Tonka and that, I would like to get at some point. But in our fleets that we've backed the game with and we can start the game with, I believe this is the only possible ship we have that might carry a Tonk. So if I need a Tonk somewhere, come on, SupernovaTiffy, take it for me. So hopefully it will. But if not, it might at least be able to land and repair the thing. Okay. And I assume this is going to, when they talk about adding crafting and stuff, this is probably going to be like a crafting bit to it. First dedicated repair ship featuring a rotating control bridge and a detachable pressurized workspace. That's that thing what I said could come off. Workspace. The Crucible is versatile, mobile garage equipped with repair arms, a drone operation center, and all the equipment needed to overhaul a damaged craft back into fighting shape. So again, SupernovaTiffy has one of the ships she's back for. What she's waiting on is this baby. Well, I'm waiting on a whole sea. She's waiting on this. I think, unless I am mistaken, oh, Spanish, I was about up to be mistaken. Unless I'm mistaken, I was going to say, I believe there are final ships that we have backed for that we're waiting on right now. Then I remember the spans for me and the whole sea. I think the whole sea is going to come out before the basically them in this Crucible. SupernovaTiffy's a Crucible. So, okay. Moving on. Unless I'm remembering wrong, I believe every ship we've backed for up to this point is currently in game now, with the exception of them 3. And I think Hull C will be coming first out of the 3 of them. Okay. So here we have the arrow. I want to say Hornet for some reason, and that's RSI, so I was like, you can't be that. Is the arrow a light fighter or heavy? Light fighter, okay. Unmatched design, blazing top speed, and ultra responsive maneuverability makes the arrow the most agile scraper in its class. With a robust weapon package that provides firepower to spare, this is truly the class light fighter update for the next generation of combat. I realize I didn't even get into ballistics, did I? I'm trying to remember if we bought one of them back with. I don't think we did, but the game, we've been waiting for so long with the game now. I know we all have tonks each. There's the arrow. As it's lagging on me. And of course it gives you a nice big knock-off view there of the Carrack in size. I think that's the missile ship behind. One of the, if I'm not mistaken, it's a 2-player ship that completely dominated Reed when it first came out. And the Pisces is over there. But this is light fighter, a small, nimble, bit of glass cannon-ish. I can't remember what the one behind. Gladiator, that's it, Gladiator. If I'm not mistaken, it's a Gladiator behind. Am I right? Are you the Gladiator? And it's one of the ones that's got two cockpits in a sense. One cockpit. Yes, I was right, got Gladiator, and one up there. Basically, the players can't interact. You know, they don't have an open interior for the ship. Basically, you sit here, you sit there. I believe it comes from underneath too. Well, I believe there. If I'm not mistaken, this particular ship has not had an update for a long time. It really needs a go pass and some love, so to speak. Open exterior, enter. Yeah, enter the gunner seat. There we go. Can I have a look at that quick? But yeah, when this first came out in Arena Commander, because we didn't have the PU and nothing, this completely dominated it. Because again, I don't remember off my head, but it's got ridiculous amounts of missiles compared to the other ships at the time. And the reason it also dominated, a lot of players' tactic was to literally, because missiles really, people call it a missile commander at that point, were really dominating, and they would say at 10 missiles, 12 missiles, whatever it was, they would just set them all off, kill 2 or 3 people, commit harry-carry, so basically suicide, boom boom, you respawn with 4 missiles again, and then go again. So they'll take 2 or 3 people out, then die, and then 2 or 3, then die, and these were dominating for that reason. Now, Marine Command's a little different, that if you use your missiles up, you don't have any. If you kill someone, they may drop like the arcade type of missiles, you've got to fly over them to get them back. So in other words, if you get in there and you let off and kill 4 or 5 people instantly with this thing, you've got to get over there and get some of them missiles back. And even though if you took 4 missiles to kill that guy, if you go over there, it might give you 1. You take 3 kills this guy, then it might give you 2. You see what I'm saying? It's quite random, and that's assuming you can get to until another player doesn't fly in and grab them first. So it's not as dominant as it was, and I don't remember this ever really having a proper pass on it. I feel it's like one of the few early in-game ships that's really been left to the wayside right now. But again, she's a nice little ship. Okay, to the other side for the Pisces. I just realised I said I was going to go to the side first, and we started doing this. Guess we can end the carrot still. Oh, we haven't done the carrot, the Pisces first. Stay more over here. What are you? You're not a turtle one, are you? What are you? What are you? Yes, you are. You're the terrapin. You are the turtle. So this one is basically, it's a bit like the Carrack, except for this, well the Carrack's one, well technically 6 players supposed to be. This is a 1-player ship that's for exploring. And it was the first ship that really opened the panels up too. Like this is cool. When I say open the panels, it's the first ship that came, and then, I had to get them locked. No, they're all locked. That's new. You should be able to just open them. But anyway, the idea is you fly it from up there. You sit on this seat and do the scanning, and of course you've got a nice little bed here. Here where you can have a shower and emergency stuff and toilet. Oh, we go around. I think there's a way, if you're not mistaken with this patch, now you have to unlock stuff that's stopping people just getting bored and using a tractor beam to steal all your equipment. You have to unlock it from the ship for them to remove the equipment, so hence got permission to do it, so I think that's what the locks are for. So there might be a way to unlock it here, because you can't use a tractor beam anyway.
All systems online.
Let me check in a sec, but there she is, a terrapin. Lovely small explorer ship if you want something. Again, it's not very strong as in offensively, but it's supposed to, I think it's supposed to have like a shield thing on top of it, or more extra armor or something to make it very defensible. So in other words, you want to kick a ship around, this is the one. You're about survivability, you're not about attacking. You can fight, but it's probably not going to win. It's better running and, you know, hiding its shell, so to speak. So does it have an unlock thing? And they also may not even show up because it's not even turned powered on, or we may have less functionality because it's the shell. I'm saying nothing here is showing up. Well, there is supposed to be. Oh, what is that? Can I do it this way? Actions. Vehicle. Ah, doors are open. Ports unlocked. Better that. So if I'm not mistaken, I can open them things up now like you could multiple patches ago. But obviously if I was not in a safe zone, someone with a tractor beam could remove these parts now, or I could remove them and replace them, or just run off with them. Was I right? No, still locked. Okay, I was wrong. But I still think there is a way to unlock these. It's a little annoying because I feel like the last few times we've done this for the other conventions or whatever you want to call them, these have actually come open and I could really show them off. Oh, and also by the way, get weapons, of course, a little weapons, extra armor swing. Okay. Let's say we might as well stick to this top bit now. I believe that's the Hawk, what I have. It's a single player bounty hunter ship. I would love a ship for this to fit onto, maybe a 2 or 3 player ship that can fit onto it, with some kind of cool ground vehicle for really pushing your bounty hunting when it goes live. Because this, actually, that's rent. The hatch, sit in the pilot seat, open exterior, open storage, open exterior, and enter pilot seat. It has like a little storage for, you know, so a few weapons, etc. It has 1 seat for kidnapping a player, or, well, bounty player. I think it used to be like one of the police type ships. That thing at the end, that little nose, or tail, whatever you call it, that opens up, and theoretically you're supposed to be able to put a non-play character or a player in there at some point. You can actually get it now, and it's one of the few ships as well. If you wanted, say you landed and you're like, people do this with the beacons, don't they, right now? Come and help me, and then 15,000 you res them, then for some reason they're killing each other. Like, you res me, then they kill you for some stupid reason. What to me is a bit silly, but either way, it's like, oh, can you take me, my ship got destroyed, can you take me somewhere to a station? And with most ships, you say, yeah, I can do that, and then the guy tries to kill you. Well, with this, you're like, well, get in this. And he can't, unless he opens up and falls, he can't get to you. It's one of the few ships that actually segregates, or separates, might even work, you from him. So I think that's really cool. And it's not much you can do in that. Obviously, eventually, we'll be able to lock it because it's for bounties. Right now, you can't. I can go there, I can probably show you quick if it'll let me. Let me get out here. There we go. So that's cool. But the storage too, have they changed that? Because before it was like a little thing that popped out. Ooh. Okay. That might be extra. So I'm sure there was a part on it, if I'm not mistaken, near this, where you actually had a weapon rack or something. Exterior. So there we go. That's a class of prison seat. So do you see what I'm saying? Like, if someone's 15,000 rescue me, and he's please take me off to a station, and you're like, yeah, and then he tries to kill you. You're like, well, I don't trust you. I brought this baby, so you're getting in this. Oh god, that got inside me. There we go. And now, the pilot of the Hawk can fly off and eventually be able to lock this, but right now I can't. So all I can do is exit prison seat. So if I do that and we're in mid-air, I'm going to fall to my death, or I'm going to basically be lost, you know, in space. So if I want to jump him, I can't. So in a way, this is actually not bad if you want to use it, double up as a little 1v1 medical ship. And I'm only saying that for the simple reason is, if you, after you rescue them, you're into giving them lifts if they need it. Well, as long as he doesn't kill you on the outside, if he's planning to get in the ship and then I'm going to kill you, well, he can't. So yeah, I think this could double up as a little medical ship for that reason. Obviously, if you want to carry extra stims, they've got to be on you, on your backpack, in your little storage thing. There used to be a thing where you could actually bring out and show the weapon rack. Can't remember where it is off my head. Oh, and this also, I think we mentioned, has an EMP. So it's a tough little fighter. Where's the thing? You see what this says about it specifically. A small light fighter with an emphasis on weaponry, the Hawk boasts an impressive arsenal of lethal and non-lethal weapons. Yeah, I think that's his 6. I think it has 6 weapons, I believe, that fires. One thing it does lack, no missiles, but that's what the EMP is for. Making a perfect ship for independent bounty hunters or local security looking for a little more punch. And I believe, again, I might be wrong here, but I believe they're size 2 or fire one, you know, one way. When I say one way, you have gimbal and you have non-gimbal. That's what I mean by one way. And you can actually take them all off and gimbal them all to size 1s. So if you want a bit more accuracy but less power. Okay, that's the Hawk, and I believe that's everything other than the side room and of course the proper carrot. Oh no, Pisces, it's Pisces. They must be around here. And obviously you've got the true medical Pisces, so if you really want a medical ship, voila, and you got the regular Pisces. There is actually 2 versions of this. One has extra hard point, I believe. It was like an upgraded one. This is quite a good little starter on its own. It has a quantum, but it's the snub ship that comes with this in general. So what fits its hangar. The character's hangar was designed for this ship. So why some ships won't fit in because they're a little too tall. Like the Hawk won't fit in. So this is the regular version where you got a couple of areas for some boxes on either side. So roughly 6 boxes. You got 2 extra seats for some buddies and you. And of course, this whole ship, to me, reminds me a bit of Star Trek. You know, the little shuttles that go to the planets. What makes sense, the character's the one that's supposed to be exploring, so... I have the regular one, the upgraded one with the extra, I think it's extra hard point, extra missile, something like that. And I also have the medical one. I've not been able to use the medical one yet much. But to me, it gives me options, like if we're about to go on a big explorer, do I bring the medical one? Do I? No. Carrick, as of now, has a tier. I always mix these up. It's tier 1, 2, and 3. I mix up 1 and 3. Basically, the Carrick has a tier 2 bed. Tier 2 it lets you respawn on it and cover up, say, again, that's why I mix them up. Let's hypothetically say tier 1's the weakest bed, tier 2's middle, tier 3's the best bed. It could be the way around, but let go with that, say that's the correct way. I can do injuries up to tier 2. Any tier 3 stuff, I've got to go to a planet. Most of the station beds, I believe, are tier 2s. I might be mistaken. I know the landing places like Area 18 is definitely tier 3s. I got a feeling stations are tier 2s. Tier 1s. The planets. Basically, the best bed is tier 1. That's the planets. Tier 2s, the stations, the Carrick, the 890 jump, and I believe the 600i. And the worst beds, again, I might have them the wrong way around. Hypothetically, let's say it's number 3 right now. It could be number 1, I might have it wrong way around, but just say it's 3. Where 3s can't respawn in, and you can only do tier 3 injuries. And I believe this baby comes with a tier 3 bed, if that's, assuming that's the worst bed, just as well as the Cutlass Red does. And the reason why I think it's fine, because some players are like, no, they shouldn't have respawns on them. I think it's fine because these are supposed to be ambulances. Ambulances gets to the locations, in other words, you get your character high up in space, and it was like a mobile hospital, whatever, and then this thing flies down and gets them aboard, gives them a little treatment. What's tier 3 says the worst, give tier 3 treatments to get you to the Carrick, that then can give you a tier 2 treatment, and if you're still not better, then it has to take you all the way to basically a tier 1 planet to fix you up properly. That's why, to me, this and the red don't need respawns. These do, because it's a explorer ship. Can you imagine going to Pyro, going 5 or 6 systems over when you're in the game? You've been travelling 5, 6, 8, 10, 12 hours, then 1 death on a planet, boom, you're 10 hours away. How many people are going to get so upset with that? But if you can respawn on the Carrick, obviously you've died in the Carrick, completely different. 10 hours away, fine, you've lost your whole ship. You should do at that point. But if you're on the planet and you die and respawn in the Carrick, and then you make a decision, tier 2 I'm fine, no, I've got the most serious injuries possible, I've got to leave, then that's your decision. But I feel that's why the 890s, what's more for, yes, that's more for a touring, but again, it's a posh touring ship, so they're going to go further out, so having respawn makes sense. The rich are going to pay to basically have their clones saved and respawn. It makes logical sense to me. The 600i is a split relationship just like the Carrick, so that makes sense. Plus, the character's also supposed to be a military explorer ship too. The 600i is a mixture. There's a military version, and then there's more, again, like the 890, a touring version. Again, posh. Look after him, it's like having a big boat with a good medical thing on. Okay, so this is a medical one. Like I said, the worst bed, can't respawn on it, but it's supposed to, you get them in, and you get them to the carrick, you get them to an 890, or you just get them basically to a station or a planet. Hence an ambulance. Oh. Okay, sorry about that, I had to cut away. Aurora's shouting downstairs. Her mum's looking after her right now. I just found this bottle here. I think this comes spawned in, or some people put them in there. I actually do need a drink myself, so I'm actually going to. I can drink. I didn't think my helmet was on. Is my helmet on? Okay, let me put that in the. Again, I apologise if you can hear her a second. May have to cut away again in a second as she keeps shouting. Because again, like I said, I don't have the door thing set up yet whatsoever, so I'll be able to afford the extra soundproofing I want to do. Oh, I need that drink, that's definitely. I guess there's no reason I can't just place this back. This one's already been, this one's already been drunk. Yeah, there we go. Anyway, so as I was saying, bottom bed, a player uses this baby to heal you, and of course, so in other words, it's supposed to have one person flying here, and I can't remember if it's supposed to be a 2-player ship. Ah, yes it is, and one person here who, as he's rushing you to the carrick, rushing you to a planet or whatever, to a station, he can be fixing you up. But this is also why I said that if you res somebody, then you want in here, and you're trying to get them back, there's nothing stopping them getting off and then stealing this, basically, is there? If you think about it. Well, if it's in Hawk, they can't do that. Oh, the stim. Oh, I might actually need that. Remember, I hurt myself the other day. Can I just use it? Can I? Maybe I equipped it. Now can I use it? Oh, it's B, isn't it? Or not? I thought it was B. Is it C? What point is it? I thought it was B. Unless it's because we're here. Carry. I don't know why I can't use this. I'll keep it for now, maybe I can use it later. Okay. So that's the Pisces. And we want the side room quick. I think it would be that room there. I'm about 38 minutes, so we're a little behind I want to be, what sucks. But we're quick. We might be able to still get in within before 50 minutes. And of course the F8 Lightning. Is that lower? No, it's not, is it? Again, for some reason, people on top of it. Oh, not okay, not on top of it. Oh, close. They are down there, though. Also, we talked about that last episode. Oh, watch your mate. Sorry. Didn't mean to bang into you there. Hopefully, I picked the right side. So we should be going to the Hornets. And then we'll end with the carrick quick. Again, I won't walk around the whole carrick. Again, I apologise if you hear her all right now. I'm going to cut away and let it lag to catch up, and hopefully she'll stop shouting, so we'll be back in a sec. Okay, back. Hopefully she will stop shouting. Okay, so it's the Hornets, and in the middle, and can't remember what that is. The F7A. If I'm not mistaken, this is the original one, or a version of it, that was shown in the trailer for Star Citizen Squadron 42, you know, on the Kickstarter. I believe there's the full military one. At the time, unless I'm mistaken, I believe early backers could back for like a conversion kit. The conversion kit would basically make it look, a regular one look like this one, but it wouldn't actually be military grade. But I have read that there's one player in the game actually owns the original one, because apparently during some kind of Twitch stream or something, he won and they actually gave him one. But a lot of the devs, because they're such a big company now and people have left and gone back, kind of forgot that he had a copy of it. And I heard him asking about a few years back, I believe it was, that if you get a ship working so he can fly it, and people will basically, you're a liar, you don't have it. And then he was putting all screenshots of it up and stuff when he used it. And he said it wasn't getting looked at by the devs because if you go to the council, the way it works is here's a bug, here's an issue. Now, what's most important, there's one issue that's got one person backing it, or this one that's got 500 people backing it. And since he's the only one with it, he didn't have people pushing it up. And he said it seemed every time they get the Vista or the other version, when this came up, he might be able to use it temporarily during that week and then randomly after it be shut off again. And he eventually managed to get people to believe him and help push the issue up for him and contact Zig. And I think got to the point where now, in general, unless something's changed recently, last I heard, he generally can use the ship quite often. And what he would do when he's in, if people ask for it, he would actually bring it out, let everybody fly it and stuff. And as we know that big story, this would probably not be the military what I'm even talking about. As I'm lagging now. I'm going to check over there in a minute, but I believe it's the A is. Because the idea of most ships in game are former military ships. If they were a military ship, a former military ship that has been changed for basically citizens. So they're not military grade no more. Like if you're playing Squadron 42, you might use this thing as full military grade, every component military grade. But if you get it as a civilian, it's not supposed to be military grade. It's equivalent of, you know, in real life, if you give a citizen a tank, or a tank in real life or something, you would probably cut it down so it's not a full-on tank, same firepower. Like, you wouldn't give a citizen a nuclear tank. If you gave them a tank and they could buy a tank, yeah, it's a tank. But the nuclear version stays with the military. You see what I'm saying? Because there's also a universe that we do literally have literally mini tanks we can fly around in, aren't we? So military grade weapons are possibly more efficient, more powerful, last longer than civilian weapons. That sort of thing. There we get down. Okay, where is it? Let me check. This is the military one, like I'm thinking. Aerospace, medium fighter, okay. The UE is Navy's premier carrier-based fighter craft. The F-78 is the frontline attack ship for the military combat missions. While not fitted for long-range runs, the Hornet can take her share of hits and dish out a consistent, powerful response. And for people who've backed the game from the start will know this, but people who didn't, this is the first ship, or a variation of it, that anyone actually ever flew in this game. Because we had the, I was going to say Marine Commander, the hangars, where if you had a Aurora, a Hornet, a Freelancer, a Connie, the Cutlass, I'm trying to think if the Avenger might have been. Any of them ships you could walk around at the hangars, cool. But then we got Arena Commander, where you sat in a pod and you took off, and the only ship you could do that in was the Hornet. And everybody was, for the first how many months it was before they started getting Aurora in there and the other ships in there, but just fighting with Hornets. So technically this is the first ship that anybody in Star Citizen ever actually flew. It is a variation of the Hornet. Maybe not that one, probably this one I'm looking at here. We don't want to get into everyone. Yeah, this version I think medium fighter To the enemy is a weapon never to be underestimated. The allies is a savior. The F-7C Hornet is the same dependable and resilient, a multi-purpose fighter that has become the face of the UE Navy. The F-7C is the foundation to build on and meet whatever requirements you have in mind. Because there is a stealth version, and I always thought one of my first ships that I want to earn in game, originally from back in the day that I didn't want to buy for because I got the Sabre, is the stealth version of this. Like now, I have, to me, when the game goes live, we're not going to wipe nothing. It's ready, go, 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 so to speak. I probably want to earn the Stealth Hornet. I want to get the Liberator. If there isn't another salvage ship by then, probably the Vulture. But I would like a different manufacturer for a salvage ship. They're the few I want to earn in game. Okay, what are you? Oh, you're the Valkyrie. So you're basically a dropship, I believe, for people again. I think this is a bit like a helicopter, isn't it? Yeah, you open this, use the minigun, so that. Can I open this? Boom. This was like a helicopter, this is a dropship. And then you grab this and you... a bit like a helicopter, like I said. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so 10, and I believe they got more on the other side, so this actually has 20 people. So you know that ballista one, Ascension, wasn't it? When I said that's good if you got, you know, 5 or 6 people, maybe 7 or 8 people as a group. Well, this one is more for bigger orgs, since if you only got like a group of 7 or 8 friends, that one was better. If you got like 20 plus friends or in the organisation, then this is better. Because this is bigger, and also the other one's on the ground. This one's obviously flies. This is basically boots on the ground. Something like, we're down, go, 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 go. And you jump out the door, and they open that one. So that one, jump out the door while you got some of the crew, or pick them up, whatever. And cause it has a back, so you can actually fit a vehicle or two, depending on what vehicles you go for. The ladder, I believe the upstairs is where the crew generally works, if you're not using them guns. I'm getting lag right now. Come on, up. As you can see, there's a bed, there's another one, so that's 3 beds, 4, 5 beds. So if these are the only beds, this is a 5-person ship for the crew. Plus 20 people, you know, boots in the ground to get out there. These 5 get you in and get you out. As you can see in his, some of their things probably for turrets. These are more likely, we'll say, yep, gunner seat. So yep, gunner seat. Then you get the 2 guys down there, and the pilot. And technically, any of these can pull off this and start running around repairing if they need to. So this ship is supposed to be manned by 5 people, and their job is to get 20 others in and out of the hot zones. So again, beautiful ship. If you have a big org, or at least 20 plus people, you know, I can see this being used a lot. But if you're more of a single player, or you're a handful of 4 or 5 of you, then this is probably a little too big for what you want to do it with, because you've got all them extra seats just sitting there that are going to waste. You've basically got like the Cutlass Steel, I think has less seats than this, if you're more in that inclined, or if you want to stay ground based, the Centurion. There we go, down. Okay, as long as I go out the right side, these are the wrong Hornets. I got on the wrong side, fudge. I was going to say, as long as I got on the right side, here's the other 2 Hornets. You can see, like, a gunner in there. You know, as your guys are running to the location for safety as you're covering them, or your guys are trying to run back to it and you're trying to cover them. So you can see this being a super fun ship if you are lucky enough to be in an org like that, or you've got a group of 5 people who maybe you do mercenary work and you go, you know, you rent your ship out and your crew to get orgs into wars and stuff. That could be really fun too. Okay, here we go. Oh, I was going to say these aren't going to be the Hornets, are they? It's military only. There's no like 4 or 5 Hornets. The Ghost is the stealth one. That's not going to be here, is it? What are you? F8 Lightning. Oh, F8 Lightning itself. Oh, an actual one we can sit in. Oh, cool. See that red one out there? That's an actual F8 Lightning. This might be the version you get if you put 10,000 into the game. At some point. Come on, lag. What's this one? Hurricane. Okay. How do I get into... Are you a front, baby? Oh, you're underneath, baby. I don't think we've ever been in the F8 Lightning before, so that'll be neat in a minute. So I'm not mistaken, I think this is a heavy ship. The glass needs improving a bit. I believe this is a heavy fighter. I don't say heavy ship, but characters about particularly heavy ship, heavy fighter. You can see big knockoff guns there, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this can be a 2-player ship. You over here and somebody in the turret, I believe. But I'm interested, unless I am completely mistaken, I don't think we've ever been at F8 Lightning before. You might be there, yeah, you were in it last year. Maybe I was, but I don't remember. I'll just double check this before we do that. I wasn't right, it was a heavy fighter. Heavy fighter, yes. The big things do come in small packages. The Hurricane is fighting spacecraft that packs a deadly punch into a slight fuselage. The spacecraft compensates for its lack of creature comforts with its powerful armada, 6 guns capable of blasting their way through nearly everything. Hurricane pilots have yet to find an enemy shield they can't knock down. I say the same as the one out there because I was going to skip it this time because we've done it every time. Heavy fighter, few vehicles employed by the proud men and women who serve in our Empire's Navy inspired the awe of the legendary F8 Lightning, a force to be reckoned with. The F8 has secured humanity's freedom from numerous threats at home, abroad countless times. That actually looks nice, like, look at these. But the fact, again, unless I'm mistaken, and I haven't seen it on the floor other than that red version that you're not supposed to be accessed, does it being here mean that it's closer for this to be finished? As far as I know, this is not in the verse to fly. What's you come up with, like rent or something? Nope, it's not. Is that square though? Or is it locked up so we can't get in it? Okay, are they for it? Them things normally to get into ships. Okay, I don't think we can get in it. Oh, that sucks. So it's not ready yet. Oh, so that does say that I've never been in it. I look forward to flying it. Well, not flying it, but sitting in it. I look forward to fly one of these at some point. Because again, they had done PTU or give me access for a week when these ever go on sale. Unless they keep them for Squadron 42 or 10,000s. But again, it's not stopping someone else having access to them. Or when they do come in, letting everyone PTU access them or give everyone a shot out for a week. Underneath. No. Can I not jump on top of it? I don't think I can I? I can look at it better. But still. Because again, you can see from the top, you can see better. Can I use the... No. Does that work at all? Can I jump in that?
The UEE Navy couldn't be prouder of our partnership with ANVIL Aerospace. Their fighters, exploration ships,
Where's the cockpit?
are on the front line every day keeping the Empire safe. We look forward to our continued relationship.
I know there's a zoom out button. Is it the page button? Or is that to do it? No. Let me hold F4 and do it. Scroll. Oh, there we go. That might work. Hold F4 and scroll. There we go. Get to see it from the top a little bit. Hopefully that's okay. Ah. Apparently if I go underneath it, it flips the camera. Can I? Okay, that kind of works. Doesn't it? That's a better view. Wow, she's nice. Can take danger. I was trying to work out if you could tell the weapons. I got a feeling, with the exception of them up there, they're probably going to come out of these areas, aren't they, in the wings or something. Hey, RSI. Oh. Oh god. Ah, camera's hard. Can I walk to the side a bit more? Not too far. It's on my neck. I'm gonna do this, I can get the edge of it. So you can see you got the big guns there. Got a feeling like any missiles on that will come out the top or the sides or something. But she's nice, isn't she? Again, I'm trying to spend a little bit of time on this because... Ah, there's the missiles. Right? 2 there. That's cool. So there's at least 2 there, so there should be symmetry on the other side. So minimum's going to have 4 missiles in this thing. Can I get to the other side? Yeah, at least 4. There's enough... Ah. I've lost the grip. No! Ah, come on. There's nothing technically stopping... if they fire... Oh... If they fire and bringing more up from it or something, isn't there? Can I go to... Nope.
Invictus launch week is a great
Step back, that'll help a bit.
As members of the Empire, it's your right to inspect the latest
But yeah, that's cool.
of the UEE Navy.
Okay. Hopefully enjoyed that look at that. If it lightning. Sorry about that, I cut away. I just get hearing birds going off like mad. I don't think on the mic. If it did, I apologise. I was like, SupernovaTiffy must be playing a bird video for Aurora or something. So I stopped, phoned her. I thought I'm getting lagged now, I'll come back. And she's, no, and I said, oh, you put open the windows early, didn't you? So for some reason at 5:39 AM, birds go, and as soon as I shut, and I was like, oh my god, I thought you had 1 window open or 2. She had 5 windows open. So I apologise when I finally shut the 5th window. I can't hear it now. So however long them birds were going off, then I apologise on the mic. But I did not. It was like in the background. I was like, am I really hearing birds? So I apologise for that. And of course now I've come back, I went and lag like mad. We just got to go off to the carrot, the final bit, the final countdown. We might have to cut away again because of this lag until it comes back. So see you in a sec, people. Okay, lag seems to be going, so I'll just carry on the episode from walking towards the Carrack. Like I said, I'm not going to go through the Carrack a lot now because you can see it on my channel quite often. So, but basically some quick rundowns about it. It's an explorer ship. It has 3 modules in the middle that at a later date, they haven't ever announced what the modules will be, but at a later date these modules are supposed to be able to be replaced for something else. I'm hoping like a mini hangar, but the Fury's it at this point. A little one for maybe prospectors or something. Or some kind of mining thing, but they've never mentioned what they'll be other than there will be some at a later date. Obviously this is how you enter the ship. This thing can fit a Rusa. There's a rover in it, but it's quite huge, and basically the Fury is supposed to be roughly that size. And the idea is it fits one in the middle, so you get plenty of room and space to go around, but obviously a lot of people will shove them to the side, and that way, by doing that, you can fit more stuff in it. Like I think in the past I've had like an USA rover here, and I've had a rock in here, and then my stuff started despawning on me. But theoretically, I'm hoping I can get a... And also a Dragonfly would fit. I was hoping maybe I could have a USA rover, a prospect, not a prospector, a rock. Sorry, not prospector, rock. What's the ground mining vehicle? And I would like to put a Fury in here if possible. Basically, the cargo here. You have like the lifts there to get up to what I tend to do, but these are these pods. So cargo will fit here, but eventually these pods are supposed to be able to be removed and replaced with something else. There's 3 of these. A lot of people like a slight redesign where the big lift takes you all the way down and to the ground, what it doesn't right now. So like I said, like if you move these things out of it and open these side doors, you know, a vehicle or a Merlin or something could probably fit. Fury definitely, as you can see. And you see back here is where you can store weapons, store suits like armors, and over this side exactly the same. Boom, boom, boom. And then you can see here, there's one of the front turrets coming around here. So voila, boom, boom, boom. When you get turrets, there's ground floor. And a lot of people think a lift should come down here, ideally, because you literally pass all this stuff. And speaking this lift, I think. Did he really go upstairs with it? Oh God, what happened to it? That's not right. Thinks this lift should go all the way down and outside, so maybe it'll do that at some point. Wow, that's wrong. I ain't going up that lift. Oh God, no, 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 no. It just goes down on me. Let me out, let me out. Let me out, let me out. Do I have the ladder? Oh God, seriously? Okay, I might just got myself trapped. That's not supposed to be doing that. Is that unplayed character or is that player? He opened it. Go, 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 go. Thank you, boss. Don't go in there. Okay. I tend to not use that lift anyway. But if it... Oh, God. Oh, no. But if it did take you all the way to the bottom, it will get used more. What I tend to do is use this here, where he's just gone in, and I'm just going to quickly show you. We have this access too. I think there's a ladder. There it is, a ladder. So you can actually use this one, as it's actually a bit quicker. But this seems to bypass one of the floors using this, where the lift will take you to every floor. So just take me to the top. Get out here. And this is almost the top. Basically, am I crawling or something? Yes, I am. I wonder why it's so small. As you can see, there, you can open and shut that. Basically where I am, and that's where the Pisces fits. I believe it's, yep, closed door. As you can see, I can close that, and the Pisces fits there, and apparently you can fit, so there we go, 6 Furies in there, if you land them properly. Back here very quickly. We have like the repairish room where you want to repair some stuff, you know, fix stuff up. I think we have the drone escape pods here. Oh, there's one of the bridges. And I'd say one is 2. There's this one. We're gonna have a map you can use eventually, some seats, and then you've got a bridge. If I can grab it here, and I can probably show it you. As you can see, the bottom bit is hard to zoom in here. If I hold F4, can I zoom in more? Okay. But there's a bridge underneath me. I guess I could quickly just use this to show you. See a little bridge. There we go. Voila. See, so you have this bridge too. What's better visibility down below, as you can see. And going along here, the captain's chair and nap. Please release. His bed, his toilets, and showers, etc. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, door. It's coming back through you. You can see like the stuff they've got there. On this side, you have a nice pool table in there for the crew. A meeting place for the crew. As you can see. Come on. He's trying to get in that lift. There's the pool table. This is the crew quarters where, you know, lockers and benches where they sleep. 6 players. Showers. As you can see, showers in there. So I think they got toilets on the other side. It might be through the other area. Ah, there. Toilets there. As you can see here. Lovely toilets. Red towels. Looks like toilet paper. Out, out, out. Yeah. And on this particular floor, medical. This is where you would spawn. Set your spawn point, spawn. You would go in here. Couple of beds to rest in, right there. Inside here, I'm not going to set it, but this is where you lie down and set your spawn point. To the side, you've got your storage, where obviously you have your extra medical stuff for your super long journeys. Because again, it's an explorer ship, so you're meant to be out on this for a long time. Doctor's office, so this is where the doctor of the ship would stay and monitor you. I think there's a thing over, yeah, it's over there. You would use in there. I don't think he has one here. It'd be cool if he did. But basically it's over there. I don't know if they're like mini lockers or something. Okay, out from here. Oh, come on, lag. Open the door. Obviously the lift can go higher up. We might as well go back to that top bit because I think we've covered everything over here. Elevator. Part of the engine thing. Is that elevator that's kind of screwed up? I think that's a big elevator that's screwed up for some reason right now. I've never seen it like that before, so or somehow someone screwed that elevator up. But is that gone? Was this one screwed up too? I don't want to step out and fall. Okay, that's apparently all the elevators are screwed up. That's a good sign. This one, the bridge one isn't. Nope. What the? Nope. 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 Out. 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 So, as we said, we keep this bridge as a top area. Come on, let me out. And as we said, you go actually get up. Oh, someone else reopened it. Seriously, mate? Service ladders, that's the way to get out for now. So we go around here. And release here. There's a side turret. Okay, all the way down there. Then we have there's engineering. There's a side bit there. Engineering the gravity thing, and again, if you sort of hear some folding, then I apologise. Probably Aurora banging upstairs. That takes you further down. Engineering again, and open here because there should be a side door. It's the other turret. There should be like a door to get upwards. Sometimes I do miss it myself. I've missed it somewhere. Well, this is the hangar, so this is how you would enter the hangar, get your ship out, whatever. Okay, there's a way to get up there. Pulse release. It might actually be that. Or... oh, this is the drones. You possibly have drones in this at some point. This is the drone room. I feel like it could be this ladder here. You know, I'm sure there's like a ladder. Let me see. Again, this may not work right now. It isn't. Okay. Unless I'm mistaken, this might be a thing that takes you out onto the top. Well, it's got a feeling there's a ladder for it. I'm sure it's the other side. I mean, one last look and then we'll call it quits there. Because basically we looked at everything we can. This is the elevator that won't work right now. The elevators are really screwed up for some reason. Engineering, PT turret. Should you come out of the hangar? Could be the other side. Side turret, engineering. Bit of engineering again. I've gone blank where it is, if it is that lift or not. That's also a lift there for the engineering. I think that's where it came in from, wasn't it? Or maybe not. This is to do the floor. Oh, this is just engineer. Okay. So yeah, either that lift takes you there, or there's an actual ladder that I'm missing takes you there. But a lot of people want that big knockoff lift that's broke right now to actually go all the way out the ship like a Connie's does. Because really, you only have one way in the ship if you're not counting EVA into the top. So let's get out the ship and this part of the episode. We're on hour 12, so we'll see how next week's goal, if we got more for this or not, or is this its own episode again. Service ladder, that's the one to leave. Huh, I noticed that before. That's cool. So yeah, I actually ended up looking more around as I planned to for you, so hope you enjoyed. And like I said, I can't remember, I either missed the ladder or it was that lift that wasn't working that gets me to the top. And then you can actually walk around the top if you can space EVA from it and land it, etc. But yeah, so that is Anvil Day, so I hope you enjoyed that. Either power editing in a second, we will jump to let me find it on the phone quick. Event schedule. Tumberland Systems, RSI, so Robert Space Industries, Origin Jumps Works, Constellar Ed Outlander, Argo. Or if I feel that day goes too long, you will see that next week. So with that being said, like, subscribe, Gusto, I've been IVATOPIA, you've been awesome by watching, and have a great one day, and see you in a second, or see you next week. Bye everybody, like, subscribe, bye. Okay, Ivor, well hello there, and welcome to my Let's Play of Star Citizen episode 445, or, well hello there, and welcome back from 443, depending if this is getting added to 443 or not. So I'll keep that in there because I just covered both ends. Okay, we're on 319, this is day 4 anyway. And, oh my god, I know I keep going with this. This week's just been hell trying to do this. Basically, I stayed up to 12 to do this, and then just past 012, and apparently we have a new Storm tank that's going to be here. Concept. It's a single player small ship, I'll go into more about that later. And the Linux is finally here. What's the alternative to the Connie Phoenix? The Connie Phoenix Luxury, or the Emeralds Luxury rover is finally here. So I was looking up them, reading about them, got the information I needed. And the door goes, oh, actually, back up even quicker, very quickly, let's do as quick as we can. My door went, we're supposed to send a parcel back to Amazon, was told between 10 to 8. At 8:50, they're on the doorstep ringing the bell. Have we got a parcel? I was like, yeah, it's right here behind it. I was going to put it at 10 because that's what he said. Oh, sorry about that. And then, like I said, I was going to stay up, get this done. Because I went upstairs to check on Aurora and she was awake, so I spent more time with her. Finally got her to go to bed at that point. Came back down, 12 o'clock, like I said. SupernovaTiffy's nipped out. I've checked this stuff out, and I'm about to start sitting on. Doorbell goes. Oh, we're here to add your hoses and sprays for the garden we put in the other day. Says, oh, okay, thank you. Do you leave any hoses in your garage? It's like, as far as I know, they didn't. I'm thinking they can't open a garage, and they never knocked on the door when they put the stuff down. So no. And then he did that. So okay, I came back in here, phoned Tiffy. He was out trying to buy hoses and sprinklers. I was like, they're here with some. I thought you said we had to buy our own and stuff. I was like, whatever. So she goes, I'm going to go to Sam's Club, pick a little bit of shopping up, and then I'll be back. So, okay, fine. So I sit down, again, okay, let's get started. And then I hear voices outside, like, where's the people in the house? So I go outside, I go to the door, I look out and I see a red car. Go upstairs, look through the window because I see better, see a red car. Then I hear the doorbell go. I was like, seriously? So I go all the way downstairs, open the door, and it's a builder. Apparently one side of the sprinklers, because apparently I didn't realise this house had 2 taps on the outside. Like mine back in Britain had 1 tap, and I thought that was not normal having 1 tap outside, but this house has 2, so whatever. Maybe it's standard for America if it is, I don't know. But they had 2 taps, and the one on the side's not working right. So the guys who came found that out, contacted him. He came, checked out, and he just contacted the plumber, who's supposed to be coming later today or tomorrow. So I was like, okay, fine, etc. Thank you, and all that stuff. Sorted that out, and then it's like, phone Tiffy. And she picks up after I've tried to find out about 5 or 8 times because of why he was here. He asked me about this portal thing. I think Tiff's been dealing with that. Let me find out if she can, and of course she didn't pick up. But after he went, after 5 or 8 times, she finally picks up and said, "Where are you? I'm 50 minutes on the way home." So I explained everything what happened, and I was like, "I can't stop this now. She's going to be coming in, and did you want to help bring your stuff in?" So I wait 50 minutes. At this point, we're probably gone 1 o'clock, 1:30ish, going on thingy. She comes in, I'm hungry. I said, "Well, I'm a little hungry too now, and I'm also really tired. Okay, we have something quick to eat, and then I'll get on with this." 2 o'clock. Finally, as soon as it goes upstairs, we've eaten, I'm on this. Must have took 20 minutes. I got stuck in the tram. Stuck in the actual tram. And it just was lagging like mad, I couldn't get off. And eventually, I stepped off when I thought it was open. Apparently the word wasn't there, and I fell to my death. So I respawned inside the medical bed. I was waiting for the light to die down. And then the game crashed. I was like, got a report. Sent it to him. Logged back in. Made sure I could log in. I logged in at the hab. All my stuff was luckily put into my inventory, so I put it back on. Went back out. Got on the tram. Lagging again. Managed to get off the tram. Got to INVICTUS, but it was so laggy. This is impossible. And I'm getting so tired now. Like I said, it's 2, going on 2:30, going on almost 3 o'clock now doing this. So I was like, okay, I'm going to scrap all that footage. It's horrible. We'll try later. So I went to bed. Basically, I've got up now. It is now 3:57 AM in the morning, 26th of May, and we're trying this for the 3rd time. Hopefully it works. So that's my quick story. What I covered in 4 minutes, so not bad. So this is about 4 manufacturers today. As you can see, a lot of cyclones, RSIs here. The Argo. I think 2 manufacturers are literally like 1 or 3 ships only, so that helps. So they're on the side there. Argo, Tumberland, Origin, Constellation, Outland, RSI, so it's 5 manufacturers. And technically, depending, again, it is episode 445. This is, I believe, day 4. It is still 443, and I add it to that. This is day 4, meaning we've got, hopefully, fingers crossed, day 3 and 4 together. Well, anyway, so we've got Scorpius there, so it looks like we have the bottom, 2 lefts, and the middle. Is there anything really big today? The Connie's the biggest they have today. Polus, but again, wow, there's a lot in the bloody what they called I'm blank. You know, like the AI, the graphic thing, the simulation thing down there. There's a lot there. So that's probably the biggest, but obviously you can't go inside, so it don't count. So it's Connie's the biggest. Mustangs, Scorpius is a single seater. Well, technically 2 seaters. Mantis, yeah, that's not that big. There's a new Lynch Rover we need to look at. Has they got the Storm's probably in this stuff? Yep, there's a Storm. They got the Tongue being shown. Oh, Nova's there. So yeah, so the biggest actually is probably Connie's today and the Nova, and we've been in Connie's multiple times, and they're not too big to go around. So yeah, today, hopefully you can fit this onto it. Because I think we're up to about 50-ish minutes on the episode, I think. Or was it 1 hour 13? I don't remember. So get to 140, maybe 2. We might keep this in. Okay, let's start from left. I'll do it that way. Guy jumping up and down. As you can see, the lag is still a bit. I have to say, of all the days I've done so far, this has been the laggiest. But hopefully we can get through. Maybe it's because there's so many different ships here. The others had less ships, but bigger. Okay, that one's blocked off. It's like they're waiting like, why can't I get in here? Why can't I get in here? Obviously, of course, the Connie's going past. So I also think the lag is making it slower to run around. As you can see, it's like Hopefully the lag dies down for us so we can get going with this. But yeah, I thought I should have probably been running while I was telling you that, but unfortunately, yeah, you see the stuff popping in. Hopefully after they've popped in, they will stay and it'll be loaded, that sort of thing. Oh God, where's the door? Where's the bloody side doors? I feel like I'm running around the whole thing right now. Where's the side doors? You know when the people were just standing there? That wasn't the side door. It just for some weird reason had like a fake wall, did it? I feel I'm just running around in circles. Yeah, this is definitely the laggiest day, so bear with me with this. I'm hoping it, like I said, it's a... Also, I was going to say I'm hoping because there's more ships. Also, I noticed when I'm on the server today, it's a lot worse than normal. The trash and the rubbish around is so much more than normal. Than I've been used to on these servers. And I tried to pick up RSI's shirt up and put it in my inventory, and it kept appearing back in my hand. So then I tried to drop it on the ground, and there was like spread out shirt after shirt. People just dropped, you know, for being stupid with them. And I think that could also be affecting this particular server. Obviously, of course, the F8 Lightning. We've literally, well, I was going to say sat in there, we couldn't send it good away. We've seen one actually on the shop floor, what we managed to get the camera around the back of it. We've seen that one almost every day, so we don't need to talk about that. If anything, if this stays on 443 episode, you would already had me literally look at that and talk about it, so. If this is 445, then go back to last week. So I probably did the most info on it. Okay, we've got to one. Why did that take so long? Where are we now? Where's the you are here part? Okay, I think that line is it. So we're at the tumble one. Wait a minute. Oh, that's what went wrong. It's only the bottom and the right and the top. I thought the Connies were in this one. We just literally ran past the Connies. It's basically because of how long the names are. So that's why it felt like I was running around forever. And going left first. If we went right first, we would have been here. That's why. So like I'm running here, like it was blocked off. I'm thinking there's Connies in there. You know, I'm passing the Connies, not clicking. And we go almost to full 360, and we get here. Huh. Oh, the Mantis there. I was thinking the Mantis there too, doing the same bloody mistakes. That's why. I should have just gone right and would have been there a lot sooner. Okay. So this one has what, the Mustangs and Origins in. Remember, this is INVICTUS is all about the military stuff, so non-military aren't there because like Mustang has like 5 variants. I think there's a 2 here. Like the 300s, I think have 3 or 4 variants. There's the Mustangs over there. So these are the military basic ones. And I think there's like the 325A in the middle. That's SupernovaTiffy's ship. I think I said in an early episode, her first ship was the Avenger. I've got a feeling it might have been that. And I completely went blank, and then it was the Avenger. And then she got the Connie. It was either that or the 325. Guess I have to go look on her account, or ask her to look on her account and go to the first ever purchase, what it is. It's either that or the Avenger. Okay. Okay, so this should be the military-based Mustang, so if you want to fight, out of the Mustangs is the one to beat in. Enter pilot seat, open pilot canopy, open ladder, open storage. Oh, storage. Is it storage now? Oh, what happened? Oh, it's just going to be the infantry, yeah, the basic thing, isn't it? I was thinking it had something on the side that would open up and put my thing in it. Oh, that orange can, that's something I did manage to pick up on the server, that was on the floor. One thing that worked. Even though that was after attempting the t-shirt repeatedly. That just wouldn't work for some reason. And then I tried the can, that worked, then tried the t-shirt again, wouldn't work, so I gave up. God, the lag today is horrible. Feels like a few years back again. Can F4 work? There we go. So of course there's multiple Mustangs out there. A Mustang is a starter ship. where it basically, like I said, they have a lovely B version. What used to have, to me, probably the best small ship interior I thought in the game, followed by the Herald a close second. Well, they changed it, and it's not as good now, so Herald has the best small interior ship. Basically, single player ship, basically, and I can't spin with lag and fudge. They also have the regular version, what's obviously more cargo-ish, etc. They've got the military one that I'm looking at now. They have the racing one. I believe this also had the special alpha, well, AMD version that I got screwed over on, unfortunately. It was timing. I'll talk why this tries to unlag itself. There's a little bit. Basically, I got screwed over because my computer got caught in a flood. What sucked. The other place we're at was one thing I didn't like being that place. Caught in a flood. And it's more because they didn't build the house properly. Because they cheaped out on it, was beside the point. And it got damaged. So Assurance managed to get a new computer, so managed to get an upgrade and stuff, was quite good. So that was good, but I was waiting on the Vegas 64 to use the money on, and that wasn't out yet. Well, anyway, the Vegas 64, I think it was the Vegas 64 it was for. Or was it the one before that? Because when I first moved here, I had to give my own computer up, and one of the first things when my money went over was that I was getting a new computer here. It might be that version. The one that got caught in the flood, it might be that version, whichever version it is. The point is, I got the computer, AMD. They gave you a choice of picking games. I think it was 3 of them. I think I got like, it's gone blank what it's called. That hacking game, what's it called? They did a London version. And they advertised it initially and everyone was, oh my god, it's the best graphics in the world. And when it came out, they downgraded it by Ubisoft. I completely blank what it's called. I think it had that in it, or number 2. It was 1 or 2 in it. And I picked that and a couple other games. Anyway, that was fine, I was happy. 1 week later, with AMD, it was announced you could get an AMD Mustang. So I was like, fudge, seriously? I would have picked that. But I already had my picks then, so I didn't. And then, yeah, I think it was the first time I came over. And then when the flood happened, I waited for the Vegas, got my computer set up finally. Went on there, grabbing the AMD Mustang, and it's no longer up in their deal thing anymore. So I missed out. I was like, you son of a... That's how it technically screwed me. Okay, let me come out. Hopefully that's give it time to sort the lag out too. Because this is going to be hard. I'm seeing if we get in the back, because I know some of these you have to turn around from the front. Because this one might have made it. Okay. Can I use that thing to check the back quick? I don't really want to get back in if it isn't. Because I know there's definitely a back when it came to the thingy. Maybe this one didn't. How did I do it? Hold F4 and scroll. That worked, didn't it? Is there a back? I don't think there is. Yeah, I think it's just a military variant. I don't think there is. Because I know one of them doesn't have it, or you just have a little where you turn around. There's no other way into it. Guess I'll go get back in and check quick. Because I think what they had at one point, where there was a little space in the back where people could throw a box. But I don't think you'd go to the back unless you had the B version, what you can still do now, but like I said, that won't be here today, and they've changed it anyway. Power on. Is there a way to turn the seat around? Oh god, what's happened to my head? Yeah, I don't think this one has a back. I think basically you throw a box on the back, that's basically it. Or you can put it in storage now temporarily. But I think the physical box has to be thrown in the back. But this one obviously has, I think, a couple more missiles, a lot more firepower than the other Mustangs, and of course I'm freezing again now. I should try to go back in the bloody thing. Yeah, if this is this laggy, this might be its own episode, but I would like to keep it on the 443, but we'll see how it goes. We are 16 minutes in of this part of the episode right now, and I've done 1 ship. Speaking of which, What are you classed as? You are called the Mustang. Well, you're Delta on you, Delta. You're the Delta. Am I remembering right? Okay, come on, F. Tell me what you are. Delta, yes. You're green too. Are you another Delta? Okay, so we've got 2 Deltas here, so that makes it a little quicker. I guess we could quickly, if these guys move away. Kind of busy getting inside each other. Oh god, there's a guy and a girl. Oh yeah, excuse me, you two. This is hard to reach on the side. While it may not be able to go toe-to-toe with some of the military-specific ships, and I'm not even touching the zoom anymore, it's zooming in more, seriously. It's like got a lag on it. By reinforcing the Mustangs, already strong hull was at construction with Constellation Outland's own line of cavalry-class mass reduction, armour, and Deltas. The Delta has a reduced cross-section signature that evens the playing field. So they say it's not as tough as some other military-grade ships of its class, but it's a bit smaller, harder to hit, to hopefully make up for it. Okay, I believe you're the 325A, what's it called? Tiffy owned, what originally she called for a long time in the Liar ship. That was her nickname for it. So this is new, so this is where you can put cargo for her. What's cool. And she cut the Liar ship because it's supposed to be like the dogfighting version. It came with a special tracking system or something, like targeting thing. Like say other ships could only target one thing at a time. This thing could target say 5, or the other things could release say 1 missile. This could fire 4, that sort of thing. But they didn't have it. Obviously, its concept is not in there yet, but she cut the Liar ship. And also when she flew it, when she first flew it, she felt it felt really good. She really enjoyed it. And then when she tried to get in it, she didn't fly the same. Well, I think it was better last time she tried, but it was quite a few patches back now. So anyway, this is obviously Origin. These are the posh manufacturer. As you see, why is it? I don't have my helmet on, do I? Fudge. I tried to put a light on for you. For one reason, having the helmet on helps while I'm doing this. Then I don't have to mess around turning the ship on. Well, that helped a lot. As you see, it comes with a bed. To the left, can't I say it? Weapon rack. Oh my god, I'm haunting wabbits. Weapon rack. Obviously, space. There's just like standard right now, but hopefully they will be removed and you can put actual glasses there, or you can be able to grab them glasses at some point. I believe that is a little locker. Oh, it is the locker now. Okay, I'm used to these just opening. They've made them more instances, haven't they? Oh, it did open too. So I guess when I'm doing that, as a player behind me, he would see that actually open like they used to. And I guess if I stood back and did it more. Okay, maybe not. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh. So there's like the locker. You have a kitchen thing here. There's an option on the site. The only ships you can do it with, the Origin 300 series. I think there's 4 ships in it. There's like the 300Rs, a race to the regular. This is the 325A. There's a what's the regular one? Was it the 315? I think it's 315P. It's a regular one, and then there's another one I think. But basically, you can actually customize through the website, pay extra to change certain paints, to add a coffee machine in here. So just if you never did it, so this is a standard version. And stuff like that. And there's a little fridge to put some stuff in it. Just see, it's a nice little one-person ship. Of course, you can also carry up this ladder if you throw them, some boxes. But otherwise, you have that new thing underneath where you actually put the boxes. And like I said, you can have a couple of players, someone in the bed to be safe while somebody's flying. Obviously, they can't do anything to physically help with the ship, even if you get attacked. Actually, they're saying that the internal things should be around here somewhere. They could be fixing that up a little bit. So they actually can now. What are you? You are the 300 125. Oh, of course, the 125A. So you came later as a newer ship. You're smaller, but you're basically the military version of this. So people who thought that, you know, this is too big. Because this thing, if I'm not mistaken, actually, I think I consider it because it fits in the Carrack. I think it does. I consider getting it for that reason, but now with the Fury, even though this will have a quantum drive, obviously. But yeah, a nice little ship. I don't think this has an interior. I think it's, unless I'm mistaken. Actually, no, it does have material. I am mistaken. It's a smaller one for obvious reasons, but see, same origin seat. Your bed's back there. No, you're not. Your bed's here. That's the storage area to put a box or something. That's how you store. You see, there's a lot less space here, and I think this is just like components. I think they're probably. Oh, there could be just TVs. Probably just TVs. Parts of this might be on the outside. Okay, where's the other side? We have. Oh, here's all the Argo cargos. Argo cargo. Is this all the same Argo cargo? Because I do think there's two variants. There is a people variant and there is a cargo variant. So I think one of this is twice. And there's a chance they might just be showing the one 3 times. Okay. This is personal. So this has probably been personal. The variant for the players. So these are 1-seaters, I think, but I think they're all 1-seaters, aren't they? Yeah, one person flies them. These are don't have quantum drives. These are supposed to be used in big ships to get things, you know, from station to ship to station to planet, ship to planet. That's not station to planet, ship to planet, that sort of thing. Planet to ship. Or cargo. Yeah, here we go. See. Yeah. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 8. So basically, the idea is this is just shipping people back in 2. Must be 5 soon enough for bonuses. And all emergencies, like the ship's going down, get them in this and get them out quick. So personnel, so this is also personnel, you can see inside. Yep, these are all personnel, don't have the cargo variant. Okay. For some reason, don't class the cargo one as military, I guess so. Guess that makes sense. Okay, we've done one side, so we have two, the bottom and the top to do. So I guess we do the bottom first. And hopefully, if it stays like this, we're only at 23 minutes, we might be able to keep this in the other episode. I think it is going to make the episode longer than 1 hour 40 minutes, but hey, once it's not too long, it should be doable. Plus, it gives you a better view at the start of the episode with the stuff, and then this laggy effect. Oh my god, that also could probably help into the lag. Look at all the non-player characters. I think there was it yesterday or early in the episode, depending if it's 443 still or not. Or last week, depending if I make this 444. Sorry, 445. This 444. Oh my god, I'm getting mixed up with the bloody numbers myself. There was barely any in there, was there? But on day 1 there was a lot. I think day 2 might have been, but day 3 wasn't. That's probably lagging us down like mad. Okay. Should I do the Connies first? I got a feeling last year I crashed inside the Phoenix, so I kind of want to do it last. And we ended it with the crash. This is the EMP ship. Someone just went up it. The Mantis, RSI Mantis. So this basically can be blow EMPs off, what basically shuts down shield, theoretically damage incoming shields aren't up, shuts the ship down. It also has a net where it just sits there, and if you're going through quantum, it can pull you out the net. And I also think it has an option if you have that net on, they can't quantum at all, so not pull them out. You know, since we're here, we might as well have a look quick if I can get in it. Okay, get through these 2 things. It's a nice little ship, but to me, I guess it's being used legally for bounty hunting or police, but illegal for. Okay, I might not be able to do it because of him doing that. Oh, there is. Or illegal for criminals. And there's a thing right now. I don't know if they fixed it or not. There's a bug. Or there was a bug, at least before 3.19. I'm not sure if it's been fixed. This should be a sign to call up. Let me call this quick. Fudge. Where is it? Is it the bottom then? Oh, there. If I can bring that down. Please. Should be player up here to sort of go up. Okay. There is it, that's surprising. I mean, it is. Anyway, say about the bug, apparently non-player characters will pull you out with one of these, and there'll be 2 or 3 other ships shooting you, and for some reason this Mantis will stay green, and if you shoot the Mantis you get a criminal record. But you can't get away unless you travel and take the shots if you're just trying to quantum. Obviously the idea around that thing is just lagging and not calling them as enemies, even though they illegally grabbed you. There we go. lag is really bad today, and I apologise. But I said this is like my 3rd attempt. So you can see the Connie's in the background, so. Hopefully that's fixed, but I'm not sure if that was them just not being tagged as it, or you've got to wait long enough to get tagged. It's like lag on the server not tagging them. But your options to get away from it, to work around the bug, is do not shoot on them, only shoot the other guys, and then as fast speeds as you can to get out of their area, and then you can call them again, and then you wouldn't get come a record. Some players will just shoot them and get records and complain about the record. Yes, it shouldn't be happening, but that's the workaround if it's still in the game. As you can see, there's a bed over there. It's a nice little ship. I just don't really have a use for it. Because yes, I can see it for bounties a little bit, but technically I have the EMP, what this can do already in my Hawk. Yes, I don't have the netting part, but then generally this is backup. If I'm stopping people in this, generally it's going to be more of a military grade ship. Unless it's cargo. If it's cargo, then I'm trying to steal cargo, then I'm a pirate. So theoretically, I'm stuck. So theoretically, what would I be stopping people in other bounties who theoretically should be in more military grade-ish type fighting ships, who should be better at PvP because they used to players going after them because they attack people so often. So this thing to me is useless for me personally because I stop you and then you're gonna blast the stun out of me. This is like if I'm working with SupernovaTiffy and Parality, we're all going after them. Like I stop them with this. That's why I've got the Hawk. Basically, I can technically find you, EMP you, and then blast the stun out of you, and I've got a bit more firepower than this thing, you know, smaller. Even though, yeah, you got a good chance of killing me, depending how good you are. But I just feel my odds are better in the Hawk than this. Obviously, like I said, like if I was here and I was going around a couple of players, then fine. Or I was 100% a pirate, then I could see this being useful, you know. Stopping cargo ships who have no people to help defend them. And then physically board them or use EMP to knock their shields down, to blast the doors off, to get in there and steal the stuff and whatever. Why am I being pushed? Rude much, buddy? Okay. Let's try and do the bottom. Or should I do the Connie that's here? Which Connie are you? The lag is so bad. You are... Oh, you're not even a Connie, you're Scorpius. Which Connie are you? I'm a Scorpius, don't worry. Okay, the Scorpius is a ship I own. It's basically the one a lot of players class as the Star Wars Rebel type ship. There's 2 variants of this, if I'm not mistaken. I've not used it that much. You know, I did manage to use one to finally complete the Pirates Arena of Command, the Pirate Swarm, before I picked mine up. Oh god, lag. This can be up to 2 players. It has a cool unique right now. Well, I say right now. I think the Linux might do it. For ships anyway, it has a thing at the top that you can apparently change where it goes and make it single player and shoot from the front. Where if you have another player, he can apparently be in there. And I've never had another player in mine yet because I've not really used it in the PTU yet properly. Sorry, in the PU or the PTU. I've mainly in Commander so far because again, 318's been so bad, and I had so much battle. So you'll enter pilot seat, pilot canopy, enter gunner seat. Let's let me get in the gunner seat, since I not really do that often. And with 318 being so bad and laggy, I've not, and with my such a lot of backlog that's finally done, I've not really been on it much when I got hold of this ship. Unless it was a Marine Commander, and obviously with that you're not in the gunner ship because you're flying it on your own. So I've not really flown this baby much yet. But for Marine Commander, she's good. I'm trying to remember, I'm sure there was 2 variants, unless I'm remembering wrong. So again, I'm trying to do this from memory, most of these. I've got a feeling maybe there was only 1 variant. Because I'm trying to think what the difference there was 2. I don't think there is. I think I mixed it with another ship, I don't think there's 2 variants. So I don't think there's a ballistic and the laser one. You can see she's really nice, and she transforms and then wings come out. That's why people consider her like the... Is it the TIE? Not the TIE Fighter, that's more the Fury, isn't it? From the Empire. The Rebels. Again, when I used to play Star Wars Galaxies, I was on the Empire side or neutral. I would consider myself like, I'm a loyal smuggler to like Jabba the Hutt and an Empire second, where Rebels were scum, so I didn't really go into that line of stuff much. So yeah, she's a nice ship, and she's got a lot of firepower on her. And obviously she's more capable if you've got someone else using that turret, because they can turn it fully around. If I'm single player on my own and I have it in the right position, I can only have it firing forward. I'm sure I got this weird itch just tells me there's another variant of it. I think they put it out recently, didn't they? Is that why I'm getting it from? Was it the MP one? I'm trying to hold Y to get out the ship right now. It's not working. I've got a feeling they brought one out recently. If I could ever get out the ship. There it slowly was working. You can see me getting out. God, that's bad, the lag, isn't it? The lag is bad. I'm going to type in Star Citizen Scorpius. Antennas, maybe that's it. Yeah, I think that's why we had one variant and they got a new variant recently. Yeah, rediscover old favourites. Yeah, I think that is. Okay, I did get the other one here because I cannot move. My wife may think what I did other than some kind of EMP one. That seems to fit being antennas. I guess if it is, it'd be this one here. That was like a Scorpius. So I've got the same one that's going to be the antenna one. Are you? Yes, there it is. There's the variant, the antennas. I was right. Okay. I believe this is similar to the Mantis, but not in the sense that the Mantis has all three things. This does not have all of them. Let me enter the pilocy of this baby. And that's why I didn't go for this one. Because this has an unfitted with a devastating EMP generator to knock out enemy systems and leave them stranded. So, a knockout generator just like the Mantis, but don't think it has the thing to trap them. No escape. Disable hostile quantum drives to keep foes. Okay, so yes, you can disable them. Okay, I don't think it has the thing that pulls them out of quantum then. So I think if you're in quantum, I don't think it can pull them out. That's where its drawback is. But it has more firepower. I think it loses the extra player. It loses that extra turret for the EMP, and you can actually, while you're fighting, stop them leaving the area. But you cannot pull them out of quantum, I believe. Think about laser repeaters and a built-in missile rack and a deadly punch for your arsenal. Yeah, so that was it. That's why I had it in my head. There's like, I'm sure there was only one Scorpius, but then the back of my head said, no, there was a variant, I'm sure, because it didn't come out at the same time as the original Scorpius. So it was actually quite new. It might have even been if not the last ship that came out, the ship before it. So that's how new this thing is. Variant. So as you see, where the gun's gone. Hence, this is a single-player ship. This has been a two-player. And obviously, if you want to dogfight, get into heavy fight, you can keep them in the space and dogfight them. But you're not going to basically be able to pull them out of quantum. You can keep them in quantum. Keep them from quantum, I'm sorry. And you can use the EMP to try and knock the systems out. Because that's really going to try to get out of the ship here. As you can really see, that's really going to help you in a fight. You may not need the extra gun if you're knocking their stuff down. Okay, is it going to let me out? Am I out? There we go. Taking a sweet time with the lag.
The UEE Navy and Roberts Space Industries have worked together since the earliest days of space expansion.
But yeah, like for different reasons, again, this could be a good bounty hunter ship because of the EMP. This is like a super upgraded Hawk. With this exception, you do not have the space to capture them alive. And you do not have the space to bring somebody for a quick ride. Like, you know, like the Hawk, I can put someone in the front and be completely safe. The Scorpius, technically, as long as I've got it out the mode, I can put someone in the back. They can start blasting stuff. And this one you can't. Okay. Since we're near here, I think, oh, there's the Linuxes I want to look at, the new stuff. I go and do the bottom first, get that done with, because it shouldn't take too long. And then get back up here to Connie's and the actual new Linuxes to look at then. What are you? What are you? I bet you are a Aurora, the military grade one. The LM, probably. It's RSI today too, isn't it? So we'll check that in a minute. So the biggest things we're going to go in are going to be the colonies and the Tonk, or the Tank Nova. A lot of places called the Tonk. And I'm getting lag again. Fudge. Come on, if you don't come back. If you don't come back, we're going to cut away. Power editing until you come back. We might cut away. See you in a sec, people. Wait, oh no, am I here? Am I here? Am I here? No, no, we're back. Are we? Are we? Are we? Am I cutting? Am I cutting? No, no, I'm not cutting. Okay, we'll keep that in then. Maybe it's loading the bloody thingy up. Oh, they got all the bloody things down here too. That's what I got to do, but I feel like my voice goes slightly high with my new plays. Again, I'm not going to need the soundproofing up. We've got a door, we've got... Every now and again it's like ping. They're like pings, I don't like it. There we go, there's a Nova, and they've got the roosters here. I have one of these, and SupernovaTiffy has one of these. The RN... These are in a different spot than normal. The RN, what is the RN? I think that's a scout one. If that's a scout one, that's the one I have. You get a scout one. Guys, of course, blocking them. That's really hard to see. Stay aware with the cyclone. RN, there's light. Reconnaissance. Yes, reconnaissance. So this is the one I own. So this is basically for scouting outwards and that. SupernovaTiffy owns one of the missile variants, I believe. TR, I believe you are just the gun variant. So you use like a minigun on the ground. She doesn't own that one. There should be an AA version what she owns, and there's kind of a middle AA ground one. What's like a mixture of both of them. And there's a regular one. The red one won't be here today. And I'm not moving because I froze again. There we go. Like I feel this one is the AA. So this is the one SupernovaTiffy owns. So this one's the best out of them for taking out ships, basically. And then this one came out, and she was should I go for this and upgrade from it, or she decided not to. This one also is a bit of AA, but I think it's shorter range, and it also has a ground one. So this is a more rounded vehicle. But we thought like, oh, we got a Tonk, we've got other vehicles with weapons, so that's why she went for this one. Nothing for the skies. And here's the Tonk. The Nova Tonk. Like this baby barely fits any ships right now. I think the sea ships, Crusader ships, this fits in, not the Mercury ones upwards. I think, again, I said it in an earlier video, I think it fits on the Liberator. I believe that's... Oh, it doesn't right now, but it will do. This 600i rework they've stated will fit a Tonk. I forgot about that, and SupernovaTiffy has a 600i waiting on the rework, so that gets done. She not only will be able to possibly carry a Tonk inside that repair ship of hers. Well, I said I'm hoping she can, but we're not sure, but she definitely should be able to when the rework's done. But again, I've yet to use this in the verse in any shape or form because of the lag and that. But apparently this is 3 players. You can see if you can get up there. The lag again, I apologize, the lag is bad. 2 seats up at the front. As you see, there's fitting some weapon racks, which there we passed. And for the big knockoff turret. And space not bad if you want to actually put some stuff in here. It's pretty cool. Can't wait to eventually be able to spawn this easy and use it. I think it'll be fun. Okay, so that's done. Checking here. Obviously, the new one is a. Oh, that's what I should check quick. Lag lets me. The new one's a Storm. Oh, it won't let me. Will it actually? It's supposed to be smaller than this, but I'm not sure how. It was like, seriously, does it do me? Yeah, that's better. As you can try and see the size variant of this to me. Unless they've got it mapped out, it's supposed to be a lot smaller, but I don't know how small. It's supposed to be faster than this. It's supposed to be more aggressive than this. And they even stated, can it take a Tonk on? It goes, if you're brave, you're probably going to lose. You're more likely to... Oh, seriously? 30k. Brilliant. I'll finish what I'm saying very quickly, but I don't have to get back in and try to get here. Basically, you're probably going to lose, but if you bring some friends, you might be able to win. But it's supposed to be there scouting, and if you get in trouble, it can defend itself. But with that power, I'll be back in a minute, hopefully. Okay, back after the crash, and we have a problem. This is the elevator for INVICTUS. And all it says is lobby. I just been in all 4 elevators. So, if this is the case, I may have to cut here and try again later. And by power editing, we'll be back for you in a few seconds. Me, see you at lobby. Me, hours later. But if for some reason we cannot finish this day off because I go back and it's doing this, then I guess it's goodbye. And unfortunately, we didn't get to have a look at the Linux or the Storm or nothing. What sucks. So with that being said, like and subscribe, good stuff, but hopefully you see me in a few seconds. Try this one last one quick. What? Any doors? Oh, that's all I've got is lobby. I can't get back to INVICTUS. I'm recording this, it's 26th of May still, 5:01 AM. So I've got roughly 1 day before this swaps over. So hopefully I can try again later. It sucks because we're in the middle of stuff. It's not like I missed the ship at the top. It was the Connies, and we're just about to decide. So there's no other lists. There's just these 4, right? Just these 4. So once again, like, subscribe, good stuff. See you next time. Hopefully have a great, wonderful day and all that. But fingers crossed. I will be jumping in a second, and we can see us. Okay, let's see what this guy can do because I cannot see it. Mate, you try. You try. You might be having the same problem. Where do we open up from? Let's see. Nope. On INVICTUS. Anyway. Goodbye, or see you in a second, depending what it is. I'm gonna have to log off now and try again later. This sucks. So see you next episode, or see you in a few minutes. Okay, everyone, back. I'm recording this at 26th of May at 11:13 AM, and the server's running better. But big thing, this was a few hours later from earlier. Do I have the button? So I'll call the elevator and find out. Then we can finish this video hopefully. Okay, we're in. Oh yes, we do. Beautiful. So like, hopefully the frame rate stays good and we can finish this video off. As we're coming back up, so you see it's so far, again, touch wood, it is running better than earlier on this day. So I don't know if I just got on a better server, or like that server got shut down and got put back up, it's fresh again, or they've hot fixed it, or what, but it is running better right now, or just for some reason at 11:13 AM there's nobody on. Okay. Get a bit lag now, but again, so many ships. So many ships. So like carrying where we were, you know, actually. We go left slightly. We missed it on the way down, didn't we? Yeah, there was the Aurora LN. I believe it's the LN. I spent some time with Aurora, put her to bed, went tried to go to bed myself, I couldn't sleep, got up, so I decided to try this again. I believe I have the LX version, what at the time was a $5 upgrade in dollars, what gave me extra missiles and a leather seat. I did it for the missiles. Then this LN version came out, and I believe these have 4 missiles on it, where my LX has 2 now, because obviously balancing and changing. So can I just climb up, or do I need to physically do it? Oh no, I can climb up now. Beautiful. In the past, you had to physically grab it to do it. So as you can see, very small. Boom. This is the original starter ship. There's your little bed, or like people often call that the little coffin, or the submarine coffin. Again, there's a little bit of space here if you want to throw a box or something in. That door opens, yada yada. Also underneath, I believe that's where you're supposed to actually hold a box with these things. This mechanism here. It's never really worked, so it's just like internally would add it. So I can't remember, say this 1 of yours, I think 6 SCU or whatever it's called, and you would just like add the cargo to it and it would just instantly be there, but eventually you would have to pick it up for this. And there'll be a box under here for this to hold it. This one being the LN's probably like 1 or 2, probably a lot smaller. When there was a super cheap one of these, it was like $20 I believe, unless I'm mistaken. What's obviously, oh that's cool, going up there, the carny there. If I'm not mistaken, has the most SCU for the Auroras. Gives up basically everything else for it. Okay, is that everything up here other than Linuxes? And the Connies, obviously. Did I miss any of the small ships? Okay, let's do this downstairs quick. And then we can do the Linuxes and the Connies and hopefully finish this video off. At this point, I'm still undecided if I'm putting this, if this is going part of 444 or this is 445. If I do 444, this will probably be like a 2-hour video. I'll see where this lands. I would like to put them together because I don't really want INVICTUS going up for the next 10 weeks on my channel. And so far they've been per day per video, so. Okay, so obviously we already saw the tank, we already saw them. So it was around here we crashed, so hopefully we can get in here and see the rest. And then get back to the top. I get lag again. Come on. Come on. Like, this day has been the worst of them all, so I'm hoping it's to do with the amount of ships. Because again, they are better with the ships now, but they talked about in the past a freelancer had like a one like bolt on it that was probably more than the Idris at the time, for the cost of the game and stuff. So that they don't do that anymore, but surely all these ships is going to be adding up. Okay, this one is the Argo SRV. Well, what are you? Industrial civil citizen, basically. When it comes to getting the job done, Argo doesn't mess around. From simple freight and cargo, towing, the harrying search and rescue operations, this SRV handles whatever you can throw at it. The bespoken tractor system. Oh, this tractor, okay. I read that, so I think I didn't tell right, but this tractor system utilizes an innovative plate and arm combination, allowing for effortlessly solo use as well as precision team towing for bigger jobs. The crew and passengers stay safe too, thanks to durable shields and heavy-duty armor that keep the cockpit and components secure when the situation gets hairy. So in other words, this is a towing ship, or like a tow car, but in a ship form. So getting them out of the way. That's pretty cool. Yeah, and I was a bit naughty apparently, because the thing's over there. From the side, no offense, it kind of looks like Cody Rhodes from the side. Just glancing at him. Take this off, obviously he would have a big tattoo there and more on here. Oh god, don't say you're blocking me. Cody, move! Oh my god, you're an American Nightmare right now, why am I looking at your butt? Okay, we're going the other way. Okay. And I can get through. You can see she looks quite nice. I've seen concept hence in this little form. I believe them 2 fingers there is where the like the laser will be, whatever you want to call it, tractor beam, the tow stuff. So that's Ergo. Okay, is this the Polaris? This is, if it's, yeah, it's a little blurred. No, it's not blurred, but Polaris, that's right. The convert. The Polaris is a nimble convert, I'm probably saying that wrong, class capital ship that packs a powerful punch with a full armament of turrets and torpedoes, intended for use as both naval patrol ship and to serve as the flagship of multiple operations. Polaris has the capacity to perform search and rescue operations, light strike missions, and general security patrols. The Polaris includes the factories to repair, rearm, and refuel a single fighter, light bomber, or support ship. So basically, by the sound of it, this is a small capital ship that's leading the battle and can do a bit of everything in a way. It has a little fighter or 2 that can rearm and stuff. You can get in there for smaller jobs, bigger jobs. It's pretty nice though, look at that. Nice big engines back there, a nice skinny front. Nice, moving on. Again, trying to do as quick as possible. Okay, apparently we have a Cody Rhodes in every bloody room. I got a feeling these multiply and have somebody down here is what's causing a lot of this lag too. It has to build up. I don't know. I won't say Idris, but I don't think it's an Idris, no way. It's a gunship, it is. Oh, they're Perseus. Oh, okay, Perseus. Gunship. When RSI set out to make a definite modern statement in persuasive prevention, they looked into their own past. The historic gunship design Perseus, capable of shredding subcapital class Goliaths. The mere presence of a Perseus gunship in a blockade or patrol squad is enough to make your most aggressive enemies think twice before engaging, just like its vintage namesake. Cool. So this is basically a knockoff gunship. And apparently they looked into the past, so is this technically an old ship that they're redesigning for modern, lore-wise? Oh, there's a player. Okay, here we have... Oh, these are the bikes. The Tumbles, Cyclones? No, Cyclones are thingies. What are the bikes called? Tumble something. Land... Rangers. Tumble Ranger TR. Because there's a couple of these. I don't think I back for any of these bikes, so I don't think I'll be getting any of these. With powerful frame, prototype X tech, adaptive tread tyres and reactive response, precision steering and braking, the Tumble Ranger lets you embrace the renegade spirit of the open road while staying fully grounded. But adventure doesn't always go to plan, so the Ranger TR comes equipped with dual weapons mounts to make sure you're more than covered. So basically, if you like bikes, like futuristic, cool, look at the tyres. Bikes, and these are going to be cool. Obviously, they're completely ground. They're not like the Dragonflies that have the hover stuff. So technically, can go in space. Well, I guess you throw one into space and it's not going very far, are they? Unless you be zoomed off the edge and just, I can't stop because of the momentum. Oh, here's the new one, the Storm Tank, or the Storm Tank. Tumble Land Systems Focused Combat, Tumble Storm. Originally introduced in 2606 during the Second Iron War, the Tumble Storm single-operator mini-tank was built to blitz battlefields and take out enemy artillery. Reimagined from the ground up to be faster, stronger and more impactful than ever, the latest Storm is a true force of nature, well suited to the frantic landscape of modern warfare. And I believe this is roughly $80 on the site. It is single-seater. You would fit here. Basically, the thing of the seat takes you in. I believe, I think it's this side. It had a weapon rack and your components. And I believe it's supposed to be more laser based, where the Nova's more, I was going to say military based, more ballistic based. So in other words, this thing can get out, be left on the planet for a longer period of time, theoretically, but before it needs to basically meet up and be reloaded because it's energy based. And they did say they went for more of a futuristic mecha type vehicle, and it does kind of remind me of that type thing. That's cool. Alright, go here. So remember, Nova, I believe, is bigger and has 3 players. This thing is not as tough as a Nova, but it's faster. But they did state that you can take an Nova on with one of these if you're brave. You're probably going to lose, but if you're brave, and maybe you've got 2 or 3 of these, you could probably beat a Nova. The idea is that these are for scouting. They get in there, get scouted, they get in trouble, they can hold their own, while hopefully the cavalry arrives. So in other words, it gets face to face with a Nova. Maybe it can last a little bit while the cavalry gets there and helps them. But yeah, that's cool. And this is the Posh. This is like a Posh Rover. Is this the one that comes with the 890? I think it's supposed to. Origin Jump Works Focused Combat. The G12A combines military might with Origin's unique approach to high-end engineering. Designed for all offensive ground-based operations, it's an ideal partner for the long-range permanent patrols, accepting assailants and exploring dangerous new locals. Okay, I think there might be a variant. What's the Posh version for the 890 then? So I don't think they've got a military born in that, but you never know. Being a touring ship, that's why I don't think they do, but yeah, it looks like some missiles there. And I believe that is all down here. So let's get to the top quick and look at the Connies and the new Linux. I was going to say the 2, but I think there's only one new Linux, isn't there? And the Connies are the biggest ships here today, other than the ones I can actually get into, other than obviously the tank. But the tank doesn't really have that much space in it, does it? It's huge, it's massive, but they don't have much interior. So the Connies will take the longest, but at the same time, they're all basically the same, with the exception of the Phoenix. And I say basically, there are some differences. So let's start with these Linuxes first. So these are the ship that's supposed to come with the Phoenix or the Emerald Connie. Not ship, ground vehicle. So if you have one of them, you'll be getting one of these. These are roughly, I forgot the price of my head, but I think they're a tenner more than the regular Ursa. Exploration, design the Linux rover to be the vehicle capable of exploring a wide variety of terrains while still delivering a top-rated and finely tuned driving experience. These are apparently a little faster than the regular rover. They have a cooler set of tyres, definitely a cooler set. They're apparently not as well armoured, but apparently they get a bit more armour underneath it though. They're not as well armed either, and they have less storage space. But they are faster. And hello. Oh, come on, mate. I'm getting stuck. I got stuck on that hand between you. And that's where the driver's supposed to be. So any bodyguard's driver's supposed to be. I'm lagging now, of course I am. Please don't crash. They're supposed to be there. And in the back, it's supposed to be 2 seats, where I think the regular Rover has, is it 4? 2 at the front, and maybe 4 or something in the back, or maybe even 6, I don't remember off my head. Oh, this is the regular Ursa, isn't it? This is the regular Ursa, so it's the Linux over there. I'll go so we can compare them. So you can see that this is a lot more, well, I wouldn't say military, but, you know, rugged. In comparison to this baby. What you can see is a lot more stylish, and they've got a better view. Just for luxury, as you can see. I guess before we go in, I can double check the thingy quick. So, in this baby, the regular Ursa, obviously you got your lockers. Okay, it's 4. I thought it was 4 or 6. So technically, I think it was mixed up with the front 2. That's 2 plus these 4 makes 6. That's where I got my 6 from. So you can see that there's room in here to put some boxes. There's 4 seats for your buddies. Obviously, I think the weapon and locker racks are more for these 2, so these guys are supposed to be wearing their own stuff. Basically, let me get in the seat quick. And of course, you can see you can enter from the back. So super cool, super rugged. I have one of these. I got when it came out, and I got a feeling one might came with a Carrack. I'm not sure because I'm sure last time I checked on my account, I had 2. And I don't know if I've upgraded it. If I haven't, I might upgrade one of them for the sitting over there, that rover, and have one of each maybe. Because at the end of the day, I have a Mercury. I could have one of these in my Mercury. I can have one sitting in my Carrack. Plus, it was only a tenner difference. I'll say, if I only have one, then ooh, do I upgrade to that or not? I must make a decision. So with this one, I don't believe... Is that the front? I don't believe you can get in the back. Yeah, that's the front. So, oh, does it have a bathroom? Yes, no? 3 bags full? I don't know what's behind that door. To open it. Is that supposed to be a bathroom? That would make sense. It's supposed to be luxury. But then, but if it's a bathroom, no, that's not the main seating. No, that's the main cockpit, isn't it? That's the main cockpit. So this is just the back end. Okay, got you. So apparently the cockpit's in the front, and I can't access it right now. So it won't open. So that's the cockpit, 2 seats at the front, and then at the back you've lost 2 seats. But you've gained, look at this, so much cooler view. Huh. They said, oh, better player's taking it. They said it's supposed to come with a bottle of bubbly. A better player's taking it, 100%. And they left a bottle of water instead. Took the bubbly, left some water. Aye, aye, aye. And I believe these seats are supposed to turn. I mean, you could manually turn them with a button, I believe. So you'll be sitting this way, and as you're driving along. This is also supposed to be a lot smoother too, the way that the tracks are. It's the same size, because it has to fit in the Connies. Fits in any Connie. But it's supposed to be a little smoother. So like I can look out here. obviously, you know that we're flying over like one of the planet's moons. I believe they said one of these. There we go. So we can sit and have meetings. We can get a better look from the back. You know, they showed like I think it was a trailer for it or something. Someone was sitting, I think, in that one, a female, she was drinking a bottle of wine or whatever, and there was like bombs around them, and it was like. So you can see. So this is actually really cool. Obviously, if you can only get one in game, what would you prefer? I guess it's how many people you're going to come with you. Is it going to be you with 6 buddies? Then you probably want the other one, more military based. If you want you and 4 buddies, and you want to chauffeur 2 of them around, this one. Okay. There's supposed to be a little storage near them. Is it this? Oh, they talked about something like little TV. Ah, there we go. You can bring little TVs out. It's cool you can do it when you're not sitting. So that's the one for that one. And they also have the little storage somewhere. Ah, is it this? Or not? What are you? You're green. Yes, that's storage. So that's how you access the storage. Don't want to put anything in there. It's a vehicle one, isn't it? Wait a minute, local. Oh yeah, must be mine. Vehicles. Okay, so that's pretty cool. And of course I can't get in there, but that's basically where the these do. This baby, Aurora got up. I think I can hear her, so she's getting like, I apologise. Because I was trying to do this while she was asleep. Yeah, oh, of course she's up, great. Okay. Let me go to one of the Connies and now cut away part editing. Hopefully come back in the game, doesn't stop lagging so I can finish this video off. Which Connie's this quick? This is the Armada, this is the version that SupernovaTiffy owns. This is the standard one. That comes with a Merlin in the back. It's basically military based. That's the thingy. Because again, she owns it's not me, so I don't go in as often. There's the button. Those cargo. And power editing. That's actually get the cargo grid, don't you? Because I'll come back and be lowered again because the player's done it to get in. So let me just get the cargo grid and I'll go and check on her. I've got her on my monitor here. Put a video on for her, give her a drink or something. Let me get the cargo grid quick. There we go. You know what? We can start from the back quick. There's the back, isn't it? Nice. No, it's not the front. Because they got side things for EVA in very quickly. Missiles. I've still yet to sit here when Tiffy's firing these to see what it looked like disappearing. At the back very quickly. Then I'll cut away. We have come on, the Merlin. So you can detach this and fly this stump fighter. And power end will be back in a second, people. Okay. Can't be too long, just checked on, I need to go back to her in a minute. Okay, so of course this is the cargo, as you saw, as a rover can fit in there, we came out of there. I'm going the other way. This back is similar to most of the Connies, so it shouldn't take too long to get through this. See another way out, dum dum dum, EVA. Come on, open. And here, all the lights are off basically. You can see two beds of 4. Nice seat. This used to open up as a table. Not sure if it still does. If not, they'll be getting a gold pass at some point. We'll fix that. We'll put it in an area. I think these are lockers. Yes, obviously they don't access the inventory to the physical right now. An airlock to get in and out. So there's a second way in. I think that's for the toilet. Don't think they have on the other side. So the toilet's supposed to come out there and a shower. And then they have this main part where it has a turret down there and a turret at the top to use. Nice 3-seater for exploring. Nice view down there. That's basically a Connie for you. The Andromeda specifically. So we'll use this. Don't go down quick. Down we go, down we go. See the other way out. Okay. This one, which one's this? This is a Taurus. This one has basically exactly the same, but has more cargo, and I believe it has a tractor beam instead of one of the turrets. I don't think tractor beam's working yet though. When they get tractor beams working, so you can see. So it has a lower turret, and I think the top one is supposed to be a tractor beam. That I'm not sure if you control it by one of these or through that. So that's why that's not there. This is the cheapest Connie. Does not come with, as you see, this is exactly the same. Does not come with a vehicle, or I don't even think this comes with Merlin. As you can see, the back, basically the same. I think that's about the same missiles, so basically the same setup. But as you go all the way to the back, you can open this quick. You see, there's no space for it. Oh, it's the further on, isn't it? That little part's engineering too, by the way. There's no space here, but it's extra cargo. So you got no space here for a vehicle, but extra cargo. A stub fighter. It's the only one that doesn't have the stub fighter. But obviously you can still put a vehicle in it if you want. I think it might be slightly longer too. Down here, it could be the way I'm looking at it. But yeah, this second room. The other one's the same as where all the parts are supposed to be. We can access all the parts at some point. I don't think they are. There's an older model, and I haven't had to go past the access them all there yet. So I could probably do this. Boom. Boom. Okay, which one's this? This is the Aquila. This is basically exactly the same as the Archimedes, with the exception of you default come instead of with a Merlin or stuff like you get the fudge. I've gone blank. The Archimedes, isn't it? You get the Archimedes, sorry. So this is the same as Andromeda, I was trying to say, but this one comes with a Archimedes instead of the Merlin, was a slightly faster, posher stub fighter. It also has a lower turret and I believe a scanner. The top turret I believe is a scanner. I don't think it's a turret. This is the most expensive one because you also get the Ursa Rover as default with this. You get as default with this, where you don't with the other versions, I believe. This comes with Ursa Rover. Every one of the turrets comes with a Merlin. This comes with a Ursa Rover, and instead of a Merlin, a Archimedes is supposed to be. But other than that, it's basically the same as the thingy. Maybe just jump down here, right? Oh, I've got a ladder. Screw it. Now for the last one, what's the one that's changed the most? Boom. Oh, let's have a little bit. It's fine. It's fine. Did I come out the right way? Probably not. We're going the wrong way. Phoenix. This is the touring one. This is the one that the Linux comes with, and it comes actually. I'm not sure. I don't think. No, I don't think. Oh, there it goes. I think it comes with a. Actually, I think that means with this one. I think I was wrong. I think the Andromeda has the Merlin, the Aquila has the Merlin. This one, because it's the posture one, has the Archimedes, and of course it comes with the Lynx Rover, where the Aquila comes with the regular Rover. The Archimedes does not come with one, but you can buy one and put one in there. The Taurus doesn't come with one, but you can buy one and put one in there. Okay, I think that's it. Okay, so first things first, when you go close this, you notice this is a lot smaller. Yeah, this one doesn't come with a Rover. This only comes with the extra snub. And this is, oh yes it does, it comes with the Linux, duh. And the Linux fits in here just, but you notice this is a lot smaller. Because of, this is the most different ship in all, it has less cargo, this one does. How did I... There's a way to get up from here. I think this is it. I don't want to get crushed. Call it. There we go. This is the last ship, otherwise I've missed one by mistake to look at quickly. And we're done for the day. As you can see, completely different. This is basically for VIPs, going on a holiday, nice window, place to chat, to eat, a nice bar. Hopefully at some point you'll be able to open this and stock it yourself. It'd be nice if it comes with them in there. Again, some nice seats for when you're flying properly. Bed and words. A fish tank. Less posh saying it that way, but hey, it comes out right. A fish tank again. Bed. Did I have the big bed? Big fish tank. This is every time that this is a hot tub, and I can never get it to work. I've never seen it in game come out. I've seen it before, but I've never been able to get it to come out. I don't know if it's because the gold pass is gone, the button for it's just not there. So you got this like close. So I think some of the parts for it. There's supposed to be some kind of button that does that. This takes you downwards, but this comes up and it's a hot tub. Okay, so now if you go from open, this goes to the front of the back. This is the back, and then that's where the Archimedes is. And it goes to the front. The front should basically be the same as the others. So this is the most different one, and it's the most expensive one, I think, out of all of them. So 4 beds for the crew, basically regular setup for the crew, just like the others. Not 100% sure, but this will have a lower turret, I'm assuming, and I think it may have a top one. Yeah, it says you can. But this is basically the same. So yeah, that's it then. Hopefully I can put this in these two into one video, but we'll see. Please like, subscribe, and good stuff, and see you next time. I've been IVATOPIA. You've been awesome. Thanks for watching. Have a great one day, and see you next time, everyone. Bye.